Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm RC Maxfield here for Awesemo Fantasy Football and my top 5 Week 10 waiver wire targets. The NFL is by far the most unpredictable league in America, and, well, they proved it again and then some in week number 9. But, hey, some targets arose on the waiver wire, and that's what we're going to get to right here. So let's get into it. My top 5 Week 10 waiver wire targets. Dan Arnold has averaged 9 targets per game the last 2 weeks and is available in just under 75% of Yahoo leagues. He comes in as my number 5 waiver wire target for week number 10. Now, we all know tight end in fantasy football is a complete crapshoot outside of Kelsey, Waller, Andrews, and Kittle. You want a tight end that is getting plenty of opportunity because, well, that's the name of the game in fantasy football. Jacksonville is bad, folks. Don't let that Buffalo game fool you. Arnold was wanted by the Jacksonville Jaguars in the offseason, but instead signed with the Carolina Panthers. Urban Meyer has stated he wants to use the tight end, and the past 2 weeks have been proof of that. With a lot of negative game scripts likely in his future, Dan Arnold is a fringe tight end 1 the rest of the way. Coming in at number 4 for me in my Week 10 waiver wire targets, DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. And now you're looking at this, a 12% rostered wide receiver. In his last 3 games, Donovan Peoples-Jones has averaged 18.2 PPR fantasy points. That would rank him 8th in points per game if he projected that out for the whole season. Will this continue for the rest of the season? Yeah, most likely not, but he will have every chance to prove himself with Odell Beckham Jr. now out of the picture in Cleveland. The second-year pro out of Michigan has built a quick rapport with Baker Mayfield when he is on the field. Add DPJ to your bench and monitor his snap count and targets in Week 10, because with Detroit, Baltimore, and Las Vegas on the schedule in weeks to come, we could be looking at a wide receiver that provides wide receiver 3 production with a ceiling for much, much higher production along the way. Coming in at number 3 on my Week 10 waiver wire targets, well, it's a guy I laughed at Nick about starting in one of his leagues during our live show on Sunday, which you can check out every Sunday from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, right up to kickoff to have all your fantasy lineup questions answered. That player, you might ask, Baltimore Ravens running back Devonta Freeman. He did out-carry Le'Veon Bell, 13 carries to Bell's 11, and he had 2 catches on 3 targets. Now, Devonta Freeman is fine as a running back on your bench and flex option. He is on a run-first team with maybe the biggest mismatch in the NFL in QB Lamar Jackson. Freeman is going to get plenty of carries, and some weeks, like in Week 9, put up flex-worthy numbers. With Miami, Chicago, and Cleveland on the schedule the next 3 weeks, Freeman should no doubt be in consideration for your flex spot. Number 2 on my Week 10 waiver wire targets, man, it's about damn time. Elijah Moore. Who knew it would take Josh Johnson to help Elijah Moore break out this season? It helps when your team is down 2 scores within the first few minutes of the game, but Moore was impressive all game long against the Colts. He was effective in the intermediate routes as well as on the deep routes outside the numbers, and 8 targets throughout the game. Moore has the potential to be a good to great wide receiver in the NFL, and with Denzel Mims continuing his disappearing act, I expect to see a lot more targets go Moore's way. Much like Arnold in Jacksonville, Moore and the Jets will be in a ton of negative game scripts. With Buffalo on the schedule this week, you could do a lot worse than Moore in your flex spot. Before we get to my number 1 waiver wire ad for Week 10, we have partnered with Yahoo Fantasy this NFL season to bring you some great offers. Check out our exclusive limited time offer, which gets you 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. To qualify, you need to be new to Yahoo, sign up for an account via the link below, deposit, and play. That's it. One more time. To qualify, you need to be new to Yahoo, sign up for an account via the link below, deposit, and play. Yahoo will send us your name after you play in the first paid contest, and we will reach out via email with your coupon. If you need immediate access, email support@awesemo.com, and we'll get you set up. You can also claim a free $10 below, which can be used to enter any Yahoo contest, including Sunday's $1 million baller. Make sure to use our DFS tools and projections designed specifically for Yahoo to give yourself the best shot at winning big. And now my number one waiver wire target and ad for week number 10, Jeff Wilson Jr. And now looking at his rostership percentage, you look at it, it's 32% on Yahoo. I think that might go down a little bit after this week in terms of him not really being involved at all. It was his first week back and fully healthy with the San Francisco 49ers. I've been stashing this guy for weeks, and he won a lot of fantasy managers championships last season. Of course, like I said, I'm talking about Jeff Wilson Jr., and I'm speaking from experience. He won me a couple fantasy championships last year. I know what you're thinking, though, RC. Why would I pick up Wilson when Mitchell is the clear lead back for the 49ers? Well, have you met Kyle Shanahan? This man changes his mind at running back more than I do when it comes to what do I want for dinner. In his final 3 starts in 2020, Wilson had at least 60 yards rushing and a touchdown in every game. When he is fully back, I expect Wilson to be Shanahan's favorite option in the 49ers backfield. To get a potential running back 2 off the wire this late in the year with week winning upside is unheard of. Get this man on your roster ASAP with matchups against the Rams, Jaguars, and Vikings on tap. He could be a game changer for your roster. Those are my top 5 week 10 waiver wire targets. Let me know down in the comments below who I may have missed. Again, there's a lot going on. I might have missed a player. Let me know down below who you think I should have added to the top 5. We'll have you covered all week long right here on Awesemo Fantasy Football with Nick, myself, and others. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hey, turn on those notifications as well. Again, I'm RC Maxfield. Good luck on the waiver wire, and I'll catch y'all next week, guys.